Episode 18 of the Clinical Dose, here with another one. Here with Jordan today though. Joe's out.
I'm back.
So yeah, another 5 questions. Let's get through them. Let's do it.
All right, let's start it off.
First one. Do you believe that a pump is necessary for optimal muscle stimulation? From Jacob.Lou from Instagram Q&A. So you start off with this one if you like. You get a good pump in the gym.
Not necessary. Absolutely not necessary. But then again, like it makes you feel really good when you're in the gym.
Yeah.
So it's like you get good like blood flow, nutrient partitioning, things like that. So there is a little bit of benefit for it. I wouldn't say it's necessary. And going back to that whole feeling good in the gym.
Yeah.
You go in there, you get a pump, you feel good about yourself, you're going to go away with a smile on your face.
Definitely.
More likely to come back. That consistency, training over a long period of time.
Yeah.
More muscle growth. So not directly, but probably to some extent has a bit of benefit there.
I think in terms of stimulation, a pump isn't necessary. I think probably getting good mind-muscle connection, good form, and focusing on contracting the right muscles that you're trying to target. Stretching. Is going to be more beneficial in terms of overall stimulation. A pump's going to be better to get better blood flow and promote growth to that area as well.
Yeah. Push fatigue toxins out as well. You get a longer workout in.
Yeah, but in terms of stimulating that muscle, not really. It's going to be on that mind kind of muscle connection that you're getting through training essentially. Probably if you're looking at kind of supplementation towards stimulation, making sure that your vitamins and minerals are in place, make sure you have enough sodium and stuff like that, because that can affect kind of muscle contraction as well.
Yep, definitely.
So that's kind of where I would be going for muscle stimulation.
Yeah, no, cool.
That's it.
Yeah, easy one.
Question 2. What do you think is the future of personal training and coaching? From, can't pronounce that, Monamriel Beret from Instagram Q&A.
Yeah.
What do you think? Personal training.
Well, I mean, I think you and I both kind of have interest in the whole personal training coaching kind of thing and that as well.
Definitely.
I think I definitely don't think it's dead. It's a very vague kind of question there, like with the future with it, like.
Well, think about it from where it is now and where it has been. You've been in the gym for a while.
Yeah.
So you see the kind of the one-on-one side of personal training and stuff like that, and it's kind of gone from that one-on-one side, and it's kind of heading towards more of an online kind of direction.
Oh, definitely. Online PT is a huge thing these days.
Do you think it'll still be necessary for people in the kind of future?
I think there'll always be a market for it.
Yeah.
Like a lot of things, it just depends on, I guess, the quality of the product you're getting. So like the quality of the PTs out there, wherever you are, Sydney, like America, like anywhere around here.
And the quality does vary a lot, depending on your PT.
Yeah, like, I mean, you got some kids fresh out of high school that have no experience that, not saying they don't know everything that they need to, but the courses are pretty basic.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, if you get someone that's obviously competed, had a bit of experience, got their PT course behind them, 10 years more in the industry, you're probably going to get a lot of valuable knowledge out of that.
Definitely.
But yeah, like that could be online or face-to-face as well. So I think, yeah, it's definitely all areas of PT and coaching are going to be viable going forward, I believe.
Yeah, I definitely think there's definitely a future to personal training and coaching. Everyone is going to need that one-on-one support at some point in terms of whether they're trying to achieve a health and fitness goal or a specific kind of sports goal.
Yeah.
They're going to need that kind of coaching.
Sometimes just being held accountable as well. Like you have a coach there and it's like, you eat shitty for a couple of days, you got a real hard-ass coach that might slap you over the back of the head and be like, put the donut down.
Definitely need one of those every now and then. So there's definitely that future. I think there's definitely becoming more of an upskill and higher education coming towards this kind of coaching thing. In terms of not just a personal training certificate anymore, further education on top of that.
And personal experience as well.
And personal experience is a big bit of it.
Yeah.
You can get someone fresh out who knows what they've been taught through your Cert 3 and 4 in fitness, or you can get someone who has that experience in working with people, and that's always going to make a big difference to your future.
Vice versa, you might have someone with a PT certificate behind them, and then you've got a guy that's been training for 20 years and he's got a lot of personal experience. I would probably go with the person with 20 years experience as opposed to the accreditation from wherever you got it from.
Yeah, so I think there's definitely always going to be a future for it. Yeah.
Oh, cool, easy one.
Question 3. Trying to reduce the amount of times I train weekly from 5 to 4. Will I have to change my split? From Southpaw 1985 from Instagram Q&A as well. What do you think?
Good question. I think you will have to change the split to some extent. Just depending, I guess, on like, probably more so your session times. Like how long you're allocating. If you're going, say you're going like 5 1-hour sessions, 5 2-hour sessions, like, what's your total workout time for the week? Then obviously you're going to have to try and allocate. I think going to 4 times from 5, as far as a recovery and growth standpoint, great idea as well. But yeah, just make sure you're hitting all your muscle groups, doing X amount of sets for it each week, prioritising where you want to be improving, whether it's strength, size, hypertrophy, recovery. With 3 days recovering, I think you should have all your bases covered there. So
yeah, I think if you're reducing the amount of times you're training and you're trying to achieve a specific goal, you still need to be, or you're just trying to train your whole body throughout that kind of 4-day period now, which is your week, you're working your kind of workout week.
Yep.
Need to ensure that you're hitting every muscle group that you want to train and target essentially in that 4-day period. So you're going to have to change the split there because you're cutting out a whole day. So you're going to have to add that into different sections, which could mean trying out a different split.
Doesn't have to be a lot. Like you might just add an extra 15 minutes onto each one of your 4 sessions.
Yeah.
And incorporate the muscle groups that you took away from that 5th day.
Yeah.
Just add them in there.
Yeah, exactly. So on a 5-day split, you could be doing kind of chest, back, shoulders, legs, and arms. Yep. And then you could just add in your arms to kind of a chest and your back workout.
Yeah, exactly.
Or you could go into like a push-pull legs with then an accessories day or something like that. So you probably will have to change that split just to make sure you're incorporating all muscle groups.
Yeah, like a kind of push-pull legs is usually a good one to kind of get through when you're doing like less days throughout the week and stuff.
Definitely.
Like back bis, shoulders, tries, like various things like that. Put them together.
Yeah.
You should be able to find a way to make it work in 4 days pretty easy though.
Yeah, definitely. Next question. Is there any risk to taking a pre-workout for the purpose of an energy boost? And this guy is a tradie, so that's kind of where he's coming from. And this is from Millsy_Sparky from Instagram Q&A.
Well, I used to be a mechanic, so
you got personal experience on this.
We don't really get called a tradie, but like, same thing. Yeah, like,
hands-on.
There's no benefit. No risk, I should say, in taking it throughout the day. I mean, at the end of the day, the ingredients in there, like blood flow, things like that, kind of muscular endurance. If you're taking them and you're not doing like exercise, it's not going to hurt your body. Stimulants, can of mother's probably like full strength with sugar is probably going to be worse for you than taking a pre-workout before your day. So I've done it. It hasn't caused me any problems. So
yeah, and by maybe your Instagram handle, you might be an electrician, unless it's part of your last name.
Yeah.
But I think the pre-workout could also be beneficial in terms of kind of helping reduce fatigue and increasing blood flow through that, as well as the stimulation. One thing you probably would want to be careful of is overloading on caffeine throughout the day, because some pre-workouts now can get pretty strong.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't be going for that. I would be going kind of for a lower caffeine, but maybe getting those other benefits of beta-alanine, citrulline, and
even something with a bit of like cognitive function. There's a lot of
tyrosine, acetylcholine,
things like that,
choline and stuff like that.
Keep you kind of switched on through the day, so you don't burn a house down.
Otherwise, I would start looking at kind of nootropics.
Oh, 100%, yeah.
Yeah, things like
that's kind of the
BPN
market
focus.
that's the energy like market for that. So
if it's just that energy, otherwise you can get those kind of performance benefits that can assist with work as well for a tradie essentially as well.
If you're a brickie or something, like you're working around all day,
job.
you tend to get a lot of build up of like lactic acid from like working all day, then 100% pre-workout's probably going to keep you going a bit longer.
Definitely.
So
last question. What app do you use to track calories? From Keegs_Jace from Instagram Q&A. Do you track calories?
Not really.
Not really? Have you in the past?
No, well, I was a real skinny kid when I started, so...
Okay, yeah, that changed pretty quickly.
Not quickly. It's been better part of 10 years.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, I just went on the dirty bulk. I was just KFC.
Yeah, wouldn't recommend. Doesn't work for everyone.
No, don't listen to me. Cut that out of deal. But yeah, no, I have used a couple. For me, pretty basic. Like, MyFitness is always a good one. MyFitnessPal, everyone tends to use that. I think it still gives you kind of like roughly your vitamins and minerals on there as well. Like it can show you rough RDIs for what you're eating. It's not accurate unless you like know 100% what you're putting in there. Like sometimes chicken breast, obviously you can't find the source of where you got yours from. So it's like they have different contents varying on there.
Yeah.
But besides that, I use Samsung Health just on my phone.
Okay. Yeah. To track your output.
Yeah, that tends to be pretty accurate. Oh, just what I have at the end of the day. Okay. I'm not like aiming for a target or anything personally, but I just like to see kind of where it's sitting. And
is that in terms of kind of how many calories you've burnt throughout the day or not consumed?
No, for me it's just like how many I'm actually taking in during the day.
Okay. Yeah.
And besides that, I don't really, like I said, I'm not a huge fan personally of tracking calories, but that's just because I haven't competed or anything at this stage.
Yeah, it becomes a little bit different. Yeah. So I've tracked calories before, and I do some days when I'm not following my meal plan, if I'm having a day off. I tend to use MyFitnessPal as well.
Yep.
Things with these you have to be kind of wary of is the calorie output that it gives you, if you use their suggested calorie output, isn't always accurate for everyone. I find it doesn't really grasp the physical activity output that well, is what I've found through my fitness power. It's actually been, every time I put my calories in there, they've been a lot lower than probably what they need to be for what my goal is and what my goal is in there. And then the foods as well, anyone can add a food into my fitness power. So you have to be wary that the calories in that food.
It's like Wikipedia, but for that. Yeah.
Essentially, it's Wikipedia for food.
Yeah.
Anyone can add a food. Some are accurate. Some people have just bullshitted to get their food in there. So you just have to make sure that your food that you're adding in your calorie app adds up to the nutrition panel on the product. To get an accurate reading. So I tend to use my fitness power, and then I'll double check on Calorie King plus the food I'm eating as well if I'm scanning it.
And if you're doing it for like you want to know kind of what your daily intake should be. I don't think that everyone's so different. There's you can't use an app for that. Like an app isn't going to tell you what your metabolism, what your thyroid performance is, all that sort of stuff.
Not at all.
The best way for you to do it is to kind of find a rough where you think you might be. Sit there for a couple of weeks, see what your weight does with your exercise level. If it goes down, depending on what your goals is, that means you're in deficit, obviously. If it goes up, it means you're in a surplus. If it stays the same, that's your maintenance.
If you're not sure how to calculate it, or you just, because you can use these apps, see how you go for that first week. You might drop 5%, or you might drop some weight. Then if you do and you're trying to gain weight, put your calories up 5-10%. And just work on it till you hit that maintenance period, and then go up 5 or 10% from there.
Every couple of weeks, just kind of see how you're tracking. If you don't get impatient with it though. So like if after a couple of weeks you're like, oh, I'm gaining weight, another couple of weeks you're still kind of gaining weight, don't be like, I haven't gained enough weight, and then add another 500 calories on there, and then you're just gonna get fat. Just slowly kind of add to it from there, and go up. But like that's pretty much all I would use an app for anyway. And pretty much.
That's it for episode 18 of The Clinical Dose. Jordan, thank you for coming in.
Oh, awesome. Happy to be here.
Good. Subscribe to the MassiveJoes YouTube channel. Stay up to date with all the latest episodes of The Clinical Dose. Turn your post notifications on. And until next time, where are we coming to and from, Jordan?
MassiveJoes.com.
Stay massive.
Thank you for tuning into this video. We hope you enjoyed watching. Don't forget to check out our latest upload and our recommended video, and be sure to subscribe to the MassiveJoes YouTube channel to stay up to date with all of our latest uploads.